Monday. We take a look at national news and get an update from U.S. Senator Mary Landrieu's re-election campaign. Then we remind you of Gilda Reed running for U.S. Congress to replace Bobby Jindal in District 1. All this and much more tonight on Blue Mondays for March 24th, 2008. Good evening and welcome to Blue Mondays, where we take a look at national, state, and local news through a progressive perspective. I am Stephen Handworth, your host here each time on Blue Mondays, and we welcome you to our show. We've got a great show for you tonight, so let's go ahead and get started. United States Senator Mary Landrieu has officially kicked off her re-election campaign, and in doing so, she actually has launched a web diary, or a campaign blog, if you will. We thought that we would give you a close look at what she just put up on her website. So here you go. Take a look at what Senator Landrieu has to say.
Hi, I'm Mary Landrieu. This is the first of a weekly web update on my re-election campaign and our fight for Louisiana's future. The past several years have presented our state with great challenges. As your senator, I've been working with people from every part of our state to get things done. In some areas, we've made historic progress. After 50 years of the battle to win for Louisiana our fair share of offshore oil and gas revenues, we finally won. We've secured billions of dollars for coastal restoration and levee construction. We've also fought to improve Louisiana's economy, create jobs for our people, open new opportunities for our small businesses, and provide a fair shake for our military families, veterans, and National Guard. Though we've successfully won billions in federal funding for our state, the battle has not been easy. We've had to take on FEMA and other entrenched federal bureaucracies, cut red tape, and push things along. Reforming and changing Louisiana has been a life's work for me, and it's sometimes been a lonely battle, but it's been an important one, and I welcome the new state administration in Baton Rouge and a new spirit of hope and opportunity in our state. For me, it's always been results that matter, not partisanship. It's about reaching across the partisan divide to get things done. It's why I fought against domestic violence in the state legislature. It's why I led the effort to create the state's first college savings program. It's why I fight every day in the United States Senate for the people of Louisiana. But none of this is possible without your help. So look for our campaign updates between now and November. Send me your thoughts and ideas so that together we can keep fighting for the future that we deserve. Thank you so very much.
You know, Senator Landrieu's doing an amazing job representing the state of Louisiana, and she's really stepped into the shoes of deal breaker. She has actually stepped up and said, look, I'm going to help bring people together, and that's the role that she's playing in the United States Senate. She's oftentimes right in the middle trying to broker deals to be able to move this country forward so it doesn't go too far left or too far right. She's a very, very good moderate, and I think that we should do everything we can to help get her reelected. What you'll want to do is log on over to her website, that's marylandrieu.com, and while you're there, click on Endorse Mary, or at the very least, go ahead and click and sign up for her newsletters. There you'll be able to hear from her probably at least once a week from now through the campaign. Good news, good news. In other news, the Louisiana Democratic Party has met for the first time to seat its 2008 through 2012 term and to elect the officers for that very same term. It was quite an event. It was great to get all those Democrats together in one room, and I'm proud to report that the party overwhelmingly reelected Chris Whittington as our chairman for actually a full term. He only was able to serve about 2 years because he was elected to replace the unexpired term of Jim Bernhardt. So we're we're very glad to see Chris reelected, mostly because a lot of really important things have started to happen underneath Chris's tenure, and we'd like to give him the chance to actually finish a lot of that work. So congratulations, Chris. Congratulations. We look forward to working with you for the next 4 years. Also, we should note that our own Michael McHale from the Lake Charles area, the Mack Truck of Truth as we like to call him, he was elected first vice chair, so second in charge of the party. This guy is amazing. He did an amazing speech, delivered an amazing speech on the floor there. He did a great job. We're really glad to have him and call him one of our own. So congratulations to Michael McHale. He is also serving as chairman of the Calcasieu Parish Democrats, and we definitely welcome them to our large and growing family. Another election definitely worth noting is Brian Thomas, alderman for the city of Opelousas. You'll probably remember him. We've had him on the show here several times. Brian was elected as vice chair of elected officials, and I couldn't be more proud of Brian. Brian's going to do an amazing job of bringing people together and reminding Democrats what Democrats stand for. I'm really excited to have Brian working there in our leadership, and I look forward to working with him as the time moves forward. So congratulations. You know, one of the things that I'm really happy about is a good friend of ours, Arthur Morell, who is a former House member, former candidate for Senate. He now is actually serving as the clerk of criminal court in Orleans Parish. He actually nominated him, so it was quite a good time to be able to bring people together. It actually went really well. And finally, I'd like to thank the folks here in the 7th Congressional District for electing me to serve as your representative on the state party's executive committee. Mary Leach Warner, who is the daughter of former Congressman Buddy Leach. We will be serving together, and we really look forward to that. So, again, thank you to everyone who voted for me. I greatly appreciate it. David Vitter is back in the news. Almost a deja vu story. We're hearing from Eliot Spitzer, who is the, now former governor of New York, who was caught up in a call girl scandal. Yeah, not a surprise there. This guy, though, is a Democrat, which is worth noting since so many Republicans have been out there. But as opposed to the other folks who've been caught up in these sorts of things, Eliot Spitzer, former governor, actually resigned. He did the right thing and resigned. But David Vitter keeps getting pulled back into this because the question's still there. He has still not answered any questions whatsoever about this. And the worst thing is, look at what he's putting his family through. It's rather unbelievable. In a press release by the Democratic Party chair, Chris Whittington, Whittington states, David Vitter is a stain on our state's attempt to demonstrate that we have changed our ways, Whittington said. He is a disgrace and a disappointment, and now he's a walking example that Louisiana continues to lag behind other states when it comes to holding its leaders accountable. Governor Jindal can talk about its good list that he wants. He spends hundreds of thousands of taxpayer dollars on a special session aimed at changing Louisiana's perception, as long as he continues to shield the philandering junior senator from this same type of accountability that people of New York have demanded and received, then it's all a wasted effort. Very strong words from our chairman, Chris Whittington. I'd like to thank him actually for those words. I feel the exact same way. It's actually a disgrace. And now we've got a senator who's basically not even able to do his job because of all of this. And who suffers? We do here in the state of Louisiana. Scott Jordan of The Independent takes a look this past week at a local town hall meeting in which he participated in. This was one of those phone town hall meetings, and Scott Jordan actually got the phone call. You'll know him from The Independent, and he actually writes about it this week in The Independent. You'll definitely want to check that out either on newsstands or at theend.com. Vitter only replied, Scott Jordan actually got to ask the question. He asked two questions, the first one, and then then in a follow-up question, he actually asked about Eliot Spitzer and the relevance, and if Vitter was thinking of doing anything. You'll want to read for yourself exactly what transpired. But Vitter didn't have much to say about that, only to say that anyone with basically half a brain takes a look at it and they can see that they're two different stories. Well, okay, Spitzer paid over $2,000 for his prostitute. It appears David Vitter only spent $300 because, he's a fiscal conservative.
Obama, and I don't even know what the big deal is. He's a African anyway. They faint, they cry, they scream out after him.
That's right. People are so overcome by Obama fever, they're passing out at rallies.
Voters, even his supporters, are saying, what, is Barack Obama the Messiah?
What is it about Obama that's causing so much hysteria?
That kind of spontaneous affection Chairman Mao only dreamed of.
Barack Obama is not Jesus.
Reverend Jeremiah Wright, Barack Obama's pastor. He gave an award to Louis Farrakhan, and he said he's a man who truly epitomized greatness.
I'm Reverend Jeremiah Wright, the head of the Trinity United Church. He said that Louis Farrakhan epitomizes greatness.
He's got to praise an anti-Semite and a racist who refers to Judaism as a gutter religion.
As you know, Reverend Farrakhan called Judaism gutter religion.
Tim, I think I am very familiar with his record, as are the American people. That's why I have consistently denounced it.
He's anti-Semitic in his rhetoric and sometimes anti-white or whatever.
But that is not Jeremiah Wright.
No, but there's association there. And the association, you can draw your own conclusion.
Do you accept the support of Louis Farrakhan?
What has Obama done to demonstrate the patriotism?
Barack Obama has a new round of patriotism problems.
Michelle Obama's finally proud of the U.S. Does that mean that President Barack will blame America first?
Patriotism made him a little uncomfortable. Public, outright, straightforward displays of patriotism they seemed to think were a little icky.
He's a loser.
Yes, he is.
The reason that he's considered such a big deal is simply because he's black.
Barack Obama is associated with the racist church.
It's almost like he's mammy.
Barack Hussein Obama.
Hussein Obama.
Barack Hussein Obama.
Why do you keep emphasizing his middle name as if you're trying to associate him
Because I think it's funny.
He is so liberal that he's anti-American.
He felt it okay to come out of the closet as the domestic insurgent he is.
In about a year.
Yeah, I think that'll be a definite.
He's exciting the people, he's igniting them, and are they even thinking about what he's saying?
No. Hitler got the crowd all excited, and Barack Obama got the crowd all excited.
And we will transform the world. Thank you.
He sounds like Hitler.
Psst, do something. Now we wanted to refresh your memory on Gilda Reed. Gilda is running to replace now Governor Bobby Jindal in the seat that he had to vacate in the United States House of Representatives. And this is really a David versus Goliath story. Gilda is definitely underfunded compared to her Republicans counterparts, but she's doing an amazing job in getting the word out there, and it seems like she's everywhere. So we wanted to bring you our interview that we had with her just a few weeks back and refresh your memory and hopefully encourage you to visit her website at weneedreed.com. So, without further ado, here's Gilda.
I'm Gilda Reed. I'm a candidate for the U.S. House of Representatives in District 1. I am for mainstream people. I represent the pulse of the people, workers, veterans, senior citizens, small business owners, and children. I find people want stability. It doesn't matter whether they're young, old, male, female, black, white, Republican, Democrat, Independent. I get the same story in all 6 parishes. They want somebody that's going to stay, that's not going to play musical chairs, that's not going to use it as a political opportunity. Right. With Governor Jindal, he's happy now. I wish him well. He was not happy where he was in Washington. And I plan to do a whole better job than he did. It was not because he was going to have an open election, or there was going to be an open election. That's not why I jumped in. Yeah. I jumped in because I was angry after Katrina. Yeah. And I jumped in because I wanted to make a positive difference. Whether or not I faced him as an incumbent or not, it didn't matter to me. I could start off with bare bones. I'm the mother of 7. I'm the grandmother. Well, my 14th grandchild is on the way. I have thousands of college students that I teach. That's bare bones. Mm-hmm. But let me put some meat on the bones. Great. I caught polio in 1949, way back when. Ancient history, before the Salk vaccine. I wasn't even 2 yet. And nurses said I wasn't going to live through the night. I wasn't going to make it. And then doctors said I wasn't going to sit up or walk again. Then it was murmured that I wasn't going to have children. I gave birth to 5. It was murmured that, I wasn't going to have any things or chances to go back to school. They told me I was crazy. I had 7 children by this time. I don't take no for an answer, and because I was told I couldn't have any more, I went out and adopted 2 with special needs. So I had 3 in diapers at once, and they've turned out fine. 6 of the 7 are college grads, and several have their masters. But getting back to school, they told me I was crazy. They said, 7 kids at home, are you nuts? And then they hushed their mouths when I got my PhD. I was told that the first baby we adopted was going to be a total vegetable. He's a college grad. Experts can be wrong. When I'm told that children are not going to make it in college and they try to sour me on a student, I don't listen. I have some of the most, you would not expect, unexpected youngsters that are now college grads. I don't take no for an answer. I'm a fighter. I have backbone, I have a voice, and I'm not afraid to use it. And so when the naysayers began again with their, oh, it can't be done, you're a Democrat and you think you're going to win District 1, I don't listen to them. It can be done and it will be done because we need a voice, somebody that is going to fight for what we need, someone who's going to stick around. Yeah. Love it. Love it. So I am not bored. I am not in this race because I'm bored. I'm in this race because nobody else came forward. Yeah. I would love to be able to sit back and say, oh, go for it, I'll vote for you. Right. But no one came forward. And I feel passionately. I tell my students, if you don't like something, then stop whining, get off your duff and do something. So I'm practicing what I teach. And there's not a political opportunist bone in my body. I am not seeking a fat resume. I don't have signs that say Gilda Reed fill in the blanks. Gilda Reed for Congress. This is the only seat I am seeking or will seek. Well, I see people. I don't see Dems and Republicans. I see people. And they're not all that different. And they are flocking to me. I'm getting very good vibes from so-called staunch Republicans and middle-of-the-road Dems. I'm getting very good reports back from them. They want someone, not only someone who's going to stay there, they want someone who's fiscally conservative. Yeah. And I am not going to live beyond my means and then charge the bill to my grandchildren. I think being in trillions of dollars in debt is unconscionable, and we have to turn it around. People hear that message, and so they're listening to me and disregarding that D behind my name.
Right.
Really, when you look at it, we have more registered Democrats than we do registered Republicans.
Yeah.
39% Dems, 37% Republicans. But then you look at the voting record,
right,
and you wonder about it.
Right.
It's because they haven't had someone they can hang their hat on. They haven't had someone they can be motivated behind. So the more people that I can reach, give me 5 minutes with them, and I can let them know, I'm for you. I'm for the working man. I'm for the senior citizen. I'm for the veterans. I'm for children. I'm for business owners. I'm for you. Isn't that really supporting the troops?
Yeah.
I can't believe that benefits are being cut.
Yeah.
It nauseates me. Perhaps because I have a son in uniform still. Perhaps because I have a nephew in one. Perhaps because we come from 3 generations of Navy warriors, or heroes, I like to say. Peacemakers.
Right.
My dad is a World War II vet. He served on the USS Salt Lake City, 3 harrowing years in battle. My husband is an air crewman, retired. Well, he got out after 4.5 years. He didn't go the whole route. But my sons, I have 2 Navy officer sons. One is in charge of all the Squadron C-2 planes on the West Coast. He's a Navy commander. He's a Navy pilot, the best our nation has. And they are heroes to me, as well as everyone else. They're the reason I'm able to talk to you right now,
right,
and say that I'm dissatisfied with the way things go.
Right.
I want some changes made, and above all, you've got to protect those guys. They're home. Many of them are homeless. Many of them are not getting PTSD treatment.
Right.
You've got to fight. You don't take no for an answer. If someone says no, your people are hurting, and someone tells you no, well then you keep beating on doors on Capitol Hill until someone gives you what you want just to shut you up.
Right.
You don't take no for an answer. I'm tired of senior citizens having to decide, do I take my medicine today or do I eat because I can't afford to do both? I've talked to too many who that is a real crisis for them on a daily basis. That is criminal.
Yeah.
We're the richest country in the world. We should take better care of our elders. March 8th will be the primary. I have no opponent right now. They have a week or so to choose, or to choose to jump in.
Right.
January 31st is the end of qualifying. It runs from the 29th through the 31st. If I have no opponent, then I will face the Republican winner of their primary and runoff. Since there are 5 of them and they're spending hundreds of thousands apiece, the likelihood that one will take 51% of the vote is very unlikely. So there will be a runoff in April 5th. And then the general election, well, the special election will be May 3rd. And I'll just fight the one left standing. I've been all over the place. I have put well over 20,000 miles on my van, reaching out because I've been in this race for a year.
Yeah.
They can find me. WeNeedReed.com is my website. We Need Reed with 2 E's, and you can reach me by email, by telephone, directly. I am openly accessible, and that's the way it's going to stay. That I want smart government, not big government. I want government to stay out of our bedrooms, out of our emails, out of our bank accounts, out of our telephone conversations, out of our right to responsibly own a gun. I want smart government, not big government. I want government run responsibly. I want government that enables its citizens to take care of themselves so that you don't need unneeded giveaways. I want government that is smart and that turns around the class warfare policies that give tax cuts to the upper 1% and give a raw deal to the rest of us, the 99%. Smart government, not big government. That's what I'm about. People just energize me. When they tell me I can't do something, that's like lighting a fire under me. I am not going to listen to anybody that says no, no matter what.
Thank you, Gilda, and we continue to wish you well. We also encourage all of our viewers to check out our website at weneedread.com. And that's all the time that we have this week. We want to remind you, tomorrow morning, click on over to theadvertiser.com. There you'll be able to click on opinions and then click on my mugshot, and you'll be able to read my weekly column there while I take a look at what's going on in the political world. We hope that you'll do that and tell a friend. We also want to remind you, set your alarm clocks just a little bit earlier on Thursday morning so you can tune in to AM 1330 KDOL, where Portia Evans and I do Battle with the Right every single Thursday morning. We hope that you'll join us for that. And call in. Let us know when you're supporting us. Let us know that you're listening. Call in. We greatly appreciate that. Thanks for watching Blue Mondays. Again, I'm Stephen Handwork for everyone here at Blue Mondays. We greatly thank you for watching. Take care of each other. We'll see you next time.